Hi there, I'm Julia, I'm 58 years old and this is my Romahome. She's called Romi V'Anne and she's a duo high-low 2006 on a Citroen Berlingo base. So let me introduce you to her and show you around. I've had her now almost 12 months and I'm parked up at a campsite today, so she's got her pop top raised. I just love this van. I've had her a year. She is obviously a lot smaller than the Bongo I had previously, but pretty compact and has everything I need. I fitted these, whatever they're called, a few months ago. Just means that I can lower the windows to get some good ventilation going. I got them on Amazon and they just stick on. Brilliant. So here's the cab. I love the seats, they're so comfy, they're upholstered. I love the old-fashioned retro material. Seats are really comfy and I've got the curtains pulled today because I'm on a campsite, but they're great. They're blackout and they keep the rear really nice and warm in the winter. As you can see, fairly vintage display. I've even got a little cassette player. Did I say it's a 2006 Berlingo base? But it does have air conditioning. The radio is okay. And from the rear, as you can see, the little roof. When I bought her, she already had this. They've changed the lock for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, let's go through and look. There is Teddy. As I say, Teddy loves this vehicle. It's so cozy and comfy. And with the roof up, I can stand up in the kitchen with plenty of headroom. Now these little gutters are really handy for all manner of things. I keep my books, my speakers, and just here, even when the roof is down, I can still store my the table, a couple of clothes items and accessories. Peek through, I call these my stage curtains. You can see the cab through there. But yeah, at the moment I've got the bench set up on both sides. You can use these as single beds, so you've got two single beds here. And you can also then fill the middle with cushions to make a really great double. Little closer look at these shelves here. I tend to keep books and speakers and my glasses in that side. This I bought on Amazon. It's a security camera and it runs off an a SIM card rather, so I can keep an eye on the van when I'm not near. I keep my tea and sugar up here, usual fire blanket and extinguisher. And then this little shelf hanging, I bought in Dunelm and it's just permanently left there, and I put things like my condiments in there, Teddy's lead and poo bags, and it's just, everything is to hand. I just love these windows. They're sort of caravan windows with the fly nets, which are a real upgrade. I love having the windows open to let air in and stopping the bugs and flies. So yeah, that's the interior. And then the kitcheny or galley area, should we call it. The rear door there, as you see, it's open at the moment, and there's so much ventilation in here with the pop top raised as well. And I love the mechanism for the I had a pop top on my Bongo which I didn't get on with. I found it really hard to put down. This one, because of these clasps are on the inside, I can raise and lower the roof no problem at all, and it's got these additional vents here to get air in. It had a tear in it when I bought it, so it's just been repaired with some tape. But lovely canvas roof. When the roof is up, I can use this to store things like my coffee and water, and of course a crystal wine glass. When the roof is down, it's not easy to get into that storage area. And likewise, the other side, I've got my wash bag and biscuits there at the moment. But when the roof is down, you can't access it. Toilet, kitchen roll. How does anyone manage without kitchen roll in a camper van? I can't imagine. There's a little step here, so you step down into the kitchen area, and let's have a little look. Got my gas hob here, 2 burners, and it's even got a grill. I've never used the grill, but again, that's quite a handy thing to have. 12-volt socket here, and then I've got I think it's the original Dometic fridge, 3-way fridge. It's on electric hookup at the moment, but I also use it when I'm not on hookup, on gas, and this is such an upgrade for me. I didn't have a fridge at all in the Bongo, but it's surprisingly spacious. It's even got a little ice box, so it's possible to have ice in your drinks. And it's completely silent, a real game changer for me, this, especially with Teddy being on insulin. And then on the other side, this is my bathroom cabinet. So I keep my toiletries and towel and things in there. And then the sink. I bought this chopping board to cover the sink, which gives me some extra workspace, but and it's got the edge on it as well, so it does fit on there quite nicely. This Romahome comes with water tank. I don't use it, to be honest. I'm just used to using water in bottles, and that's what I just do. But I do keep washing up liquid and soap there, my scrub daddy. And then under the sink is this cupboard, which is superb for storage. And you can put a camping toilet in there as well. The sink is super clever. Again, I don't really use it much. I tend to empty it outside or tip the waste into grey waste. But you can empty it. It's got a waste tank, and you just flip the sink up like this. It stays put, and there's a waste drain at the back. And then if you leave it up, you can use this area as a toilet cubicle. And as I'm solo in this camper van, really that has been very handy. I think it's brilliant, and mostly on campsites. But if I did need to use the toilet, here it is demonstrating. Clearly not private. I would shut the back door, by the way. But if there was 2 of you, you could. Some people do put a curtain across. Now let me show you these little flip down things here. They've got a headrest on one side, but when you've got the hob in use, you can flip them down and it makes extra workspace. And similarly on the other side, it's a really comfy headrest here, but the headrest slips off and you've got another table. So in terms of workspace with the chopping board here, for cooking, I find this, loads of room for just simple prepping. And yeah, they've thought of everything with these Romahomes. Honestly, it is really, I'm so impressed with the quality of the upholstery as well. The cushions, when you make up the bed, are really flat. They've got like a wood base and thick upholstery foam, so it's the most comfortable campervan bed I've ever slept on. So these, as I said, you could use as singles, and in the daytime you've got 2 comfy sofas. So if I just demonstrate lying down on these, I do have some great afternoon naps on this, I must say. Nice, the backs you could take off to make them a little bit wider. In terms of length, I'm just over 5'2", 5'3", and I can just about stretch out there. And then you've got reading lamps. It's got a diesel heater, which again in the winter was a godsend. And there's the SIG unit for the battery information. There is also a light above here, another reading light on that side, and a light up here. And then when you're on the leisure battery operates the lights, the 12-volt. And if you're on hookup, then you've got a 3-pin plug, which if I'm on hookup, I plug in an oil-filled radiator there. And in terms of storage, when you lift up the seat cushions, under this one is the fresh water tank, which you can fill from this lid on top, and you can also fill from the side of the van. As I said, I don't really use it. but there is loads of storage. And that's fuses here. I thought I'd struggle because the Bongo had really good storage, but to be honest, it's a surprising how much you can keep. So in this cupboard, I mostly keep pans and cookware, and then the seat next to it, then I keep my food, cups, cutlery, plates, etc. And again, really surprising how much you can fit. I got my beer supplies in there. And I use those little crates for lifting out, so everything's pretty accessible. So that's the one side. And then the other side's got 3 storage units. This one's got Teddy's things in, and I keep the oil-filled radiator in. This one's empty at the moment, but it's normally got my bedding in it. And the last one here is for clothes and shoes, and my camping chair I keep in there. As I said, I just cannot believe how comfy they are. And the middle section on this version is the Pullman. You just unhook with those locks, and this bit pulls out completely. So you can slide the cushions across, so you end up with a seat here which has got a lap belt, which in theory you could use as an adult, but I personally wouldn't. I normally strap Teddy's travelling basket into the lap belt here. But it's a really comfy seat when you're parked up. And then this seat is brilliant because it's got a proper 3-point seat belt, so you can travel in this one. So yeah, so it's essentially you can travel with three people in good 3-point seat belts, which I have found very handy indeed. And when I'm parked up like this, there's a variety of ways you can sit, either on the 2 benches, if you want a bit of extra leg room, you can sit on these. And then that little bit that I just took out, I fit behind the driver's seat. It fits quite nicely there. And then I'll show you the table, which I keep above the cab. And that table clips onto that bar. And yeah, that's where the table goes. I just love this, having to, if I'm doing some work or eating, it just makes a really nice place to sit. And with the windows, you can open them wide. And I put my little USB lamp here. I like it because it makes me feel like I'm on an old-fashioned train carriage, maybe in first class with a little lamp there. And I just brings a smile to my face sitting here. So many places to sit. Now, there is this little backboard on the one side of the van, which is attached on Velcro. And if you're taller than me, there are these metal pull-down things behind the driver's and passenger's seat. And that sort of extension fits across so that you can extend by a good couple of inches there, either your head or feet, depending on the slope. I sleep either way, really. The other side, behind the driver, you've got these cushions, which will form the bed. And you've got the 3 wooden posts that go in these little grooves here. There's 3 of them. There's one there, one in the middle, and one on the end. And then the backrests go, hey presto, I'll show you now. That's it, fully made up. And this is a really generous double bed and a nice flat surface as well. And as I said, the foam is lovely quality. So I put a double sheet, and it makes as comfy a bed as you can possibly have, I think. And I've put the extension board in there. If you were super tall, I guess you could prop up the passenger seat. Now I flip forward, you could prop up another cushion on there and put your feet into the cab. But for me, it's not necessary. So it does make a lovely, lovely, cosy, sleepy area. And I like the fact that even if you're in bed, you can get up, boil the kettle or get into your toilet area without sort of dismantling the bed. On the outside then you've got your gas locker. This came with a TV aerial, which I don't know, I've never seen a TV aerial socket on a campsite, but I guess they exist. There's the hooker. I love these windows, honestly I do. When I'm in the van and those are open, it is really bringing the outdoors in. Fridge and diesel heater vents, and then this cupboard has got loads of space for hookup cable, the chocks and all sorts. Diesel, and that's your fresh water fill. So all in all, I absolutely love my Romahome. Just looking forward to doing many more adventures. I've done a few this year already, but yeah, I hope you're going to follow along, and I'll be posting more trips with me and Teddy. And yeah, any questions on the Romahome, let me know. But so far, I couldn't be happier, and it's just the perfect size for me. The fact that the pop top means, you know, I've got the headroom, but it's easy to put down, and you can get under almost anywhere a car can go. So yeah, me and Teddy thoroughly loving Romahome life. So we'll see you on the next video.